Leave no playlist unfinished, driver. One more clash to close this Red Bull playlist. This one is big. Confronting two disciplines is not enough. So Motorfest and Red Bull are offering you the choice of three. Which is the best? Becky asked our Red Bull athletes what they think.
In your honest opinion, between rally, AGP and motor racing, which is the most intense discipline? The one that brings the craziest sensations?
I think it's motor racing, actually.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I think F1. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd go for Formula One.
Rallycross, moto racing, or AGP? Here comes the ultimate challenge of the playlist, but also the end of the podcast. But I'm never far away. I'm always on the air. You find all the podcasts on the Sounds of Red Bull track list. And then, I don't know why, but I feel like we'll see each other again soon. It's off to the apex of the playlist. The Ford Fiesta replaced another Ford at short notice. The Puma missed weight.
Who will cross the line first in this head-to-head race? Answer in, about a few minutes. The rally car has already changed its course to reach the dirt. Each vehicle has its own special route designed to match its strengths. The AGP stands out for its speed and braking quality, and of course it sticks to asphalt and is unbeatable in corners. So to make things fair, it will be racing the longest route. The bike's route, on the other hand, is shorter but ultra-technical, forcing the rider to swing through the curves without losing speed. Between dirt and asphalt. That's its strength. In addition to its high acceleration, its all-terrain capability means it can compete with faster rivals. Is the longest. Everything can still change. Who's going to win the ultimate racetrack, the Speed War. set the fastest time.
You've yet to claim your reward, driver. End of speed clash. The first milestone in a promising relationship between Red Bull and Motorfest. I'm sure this is just the beginning. You've discovered a multitude of racing vehicles in this playlist, all of them motorsports gems. But we had to choose just one for the reward. We thought maybe you wouldn't mind having a Red Bull branded Ferrari in your garage. The Ferrari F48 GT3 FE Corse is just for you. Shall we continue our journey, driver? In town, Weasel D, an influential member of the movement, is waiting for you. Don't lose time, driver. Get your Caprice fired up. This time attack is a test concocted by the donk enthusiasts. They want to know if you have what it takes to become one of them.
was told they call you driver, but I'ma call you D if you don't mind. That just sound more impactful. I'm Weasel, by the way. Want to get into the business? Have your own donk, huh? I'm fine with that, but there's sort of a rite of passage. I'm organizing a little party in Wahiwa, just to chill with people, bet on donk races. Nothing wrong with making a few bucks, know what I'm saying? Get there before nightfall, and you have my attention. Promise. By the way, what you know about donks? You want to be part of the family, you need to know a thing or two about these cars, you feel me? Back in the day, every donk was a 71 to 76 Chevy. In the 90s, all the dirty South music scene was celebrating the donks we made. Donks was like an emblem of that movement. It's a vehicle the folks in the hood held close to their hearts and still do today. People are very proud of it, you'll learn. If it ain't the slow riders there, ain't that cute? Hey, they serving soup at 7 p.m. at the retirement home. You dummies gonna miss the call. Honk at them, D. It's a 71 Caprice, the purest bass you can get. But it ain't ready for business. Not looking like this, know what I mean? My guys will take care of lifting it. Put 26 on it. And if you don't like the color we chose for you, you can change it in free drive. We're gonna get into style a little later. I'm gonna take my time with you, D. Time to show your skills. Welcome to the Donk Kingdom, the city where nobody sleeps. Not since we arrived anyway. Nice to have you, D. Now we can talk.
Shall we continue our journey, driver? Look at your garage, D. In addition to your Chevrolet Caprice production model, you now have a donk model dedicated to the rest of the playlist. The Weasel D Customs Edition. And if you stick around, you can be sure that Weasel will do everything in his power to make your donk exceptional. Change color if you don't like this one. There are many others. Want to give this one a try?
Weasel D Customs takes care of your car, dear customer. All you have to do is define your own style by choosing your first rims. All right, D. It's time for big rim racing. You gonna love it. Now race.
That's how we spend our nights, racing donks. It's all about style and power. Your car gotta have the body of Jessica Rabbit, but it gotta move like Speedy Gonzalez. Know what I'm saying? By the way, we buffed up your engine a little. I got my money on you. Don't let me down, D. Good start, my friend. Real good start. Next time, we'll get 2 more donks.
Duel is the best way to compare the power of the vehicles and the reflexes of the drivers. The more in sync you are with the lights, the more you'll fill your nitro gauges and get off to a successful start. Gets tougher. You'll now have to face not 1, but 3 donks.
You know about business, D? See, in business, you gotta look like the boss if you wanna be the boss. The donk game the exact same way. The right bumper can do that. It gives a donk an imposing look.
Come on now. Show what kind of guts your donk's got on. About the contest, Donk v Lowriders, who's got the best style? Might be an opportunity for you to shine a little. What do you think? I like what you're doing with your car, and I'd like you to drive for me. Think about it. Show 'em, D. Be the greatest. Camp at first light. Tomorrow, it's going down.
Weasel told all his guys to meet at Hauula Forest. You'll leave from there and arrive together to make a grand entrance at the Donk versus Lowrider contest. It's a good opportunity to have one last go with your fellow donks before racing your true rivals. Weasel must have told you, a donk is a conversion of a Chevy Impala or Caprice, but only models dating from 71 to 76. These are the true donks, but there are also children of the donk. A converted 77 to 90 Caprice is called a box, while a 91 to 96 is a bubble. Use this information to ensure your street cred. I'll give it to you for free. The other donks are just waiting for you to start their journey to the contest. Enjoy your ride, driver.
D, I want you to shine brighter than the Big Dipper, you know what I mean? Golden skirts or chrome fenders, pick your jewels, my friend.
Missing? Step on it, fellas. We don't want to be late for the prom. 4 Chevy Caprices ready for action. Man, we couldn't have made a better impression. These cars have always been the brand's most luxurious. The 71 is already super classy with its egg crate grille. So with our modifications, damn, I can't wait for us to arrive. Straight ahead, my friend. Now, I'm real happy, dude. For real. You've made your own donk with your own style. Maybe you could add one last little touch. We'll see. But you got something most people will never understand. A donk is all about self-expression, a way of showing your individuality. And if we can tease the competition and make a few bucks, that's 2 birds, you know what I mean? Missing? Step on it, fellas. We don't want to be late for the prom. 4 Chevy Caprices ready for action. Man, we couldn't have made a better impression. These cars have always been the brand's most luxurious. The 71 is already super classy with its egg crate grill. So with our modifications, damn, I can't wait for us to arrive. Straight ahead, my friend. This now. I'm real happy, dude. For real. You made your own donk with your own style. Maybe you could add one last little touch. We'll see. But you got something most people will never understand. A donk is all about self-expression, a way of showing your individuality. And if we can tease the competition and make a few bucks, shit, that's two birds, you know what I mean? Turn right. Let's hear these engines. All eyes on us. It's a beautiful day in Oahu, Hawaii, man. I love this state. All the girls want to play Baywatch, you feel me? Them lowriders are hanging around the football field. Let's say what up to them, you feel me?
Welcome to Kaneohe, D. The lowrider people have already arrived. They've started to set the mood on the football field, doing what they do best, hopping with a hydraulic suspension. This is your chance to challenge them and conquer the territory.
One last touch before the contest. Either you play it subtle or a little ostentatious. Either way, your donk gon' kill the game.